can you imagine a Middle-earth with steamboats, aircraft, and guns? Well, me neither, but J.R.R. Tolkien did. This prolific author created such a large world of text for Middle-earth. There are naturally a few ideas we don't hear about quite as often. The History of Middle-earth book series compiled much of Tolkien's unfinished and unpublished work. Edited by his son Christopher Tolkien, the 5th volume, titled The Lost Road and Other Writings, included early versions of the rise and fall of Númenor, and the fall of Númenor had at one point centered much more closely around the advance of technology. When Sauron arrives to convince everyone they should turn against the elves and the Valar, Tolkien had considered that Sauron might also have a modernizing effect on Númenor. Bringing engineering knowledge to the kingdom, Sauron would have led a sort of industrial revolution, which might have drastically changed the world of Númenor and likely Middle-earth as well. When we read Tolkien's imaginations, it becomes clear that his experience in war was what was informing his thought process. In these collected texts, we find that Sauron taught the Númenorians how to make ships of metal that traverse the seas without sails, so a steamboat. And Tolkien also describes flying ships, which could have been intended to mean zeppelin or biplanes, either of which had made their first appearances in the early 20th century during Tolkien's time. Apparently, the men of Middle-earth thought that the sky ships were from the gods. However, Tolkien noted that, like all of Sauron's machines, they were hideous and no longer fair to look upon. They didn't stop there either. Their technological advances continued into weaponry, which included missiles that were able to hit targets at long distances. The association with Sauron's corruption and the advancement of technology is something to note. Clearly, Tolkien had some feelings about the nature of mankind's weaponry becoming more dangerous and powerful, and even though not in his final canon, had imagined such things coming from the Dark Lord Sauron.